Welcome to Curated Clean, the podcast
where we get our hands dirty so you don't have to.
We are sisters and we are your hosts. We are your curators. My name is Mike.
My name is Mandy.
And my name is Whitney.
Welcome back to the third installment of
Stink-free
Summer. Stink-free summer.
Okay, it is stink-free, not sweat-free. We've talked about it before. If you haven't listened to the first 2 episodes, go back and listen because we have our winners that have been pitted against each other.
And in the ring fighting.
In the ring fighting.
Yes.
They're fighting. Mm-hmm. So we have our winners from previous weeks.
Mm-hmm. You can go check out the bracket on all of our social media.
Yeah.
You can see the winners in the bracket and who's going to be going up, who's going to be pitted against who next.
Oh, yeah. Let's get down to the pitty gritty today.
Yes.
I just did that. You're welcome. Today, we are talking about 2 different brands of, what do you call these? Liquid?
I guess
they're not
like
really
a cream.
Liquid
like
cream.
a
Maybe
cream.
like a cream deodorant.
And they are, you apply them. One has kind of a little top that you can like put on without touching, but in general, you got to put them on with your hands.
Yes.
We are talking about Lume and Type A. You've probably seen them on Instagram and like social media stuff.
Oh,
they
yeah.
kind of have like a cult following.
You know,
down
I
there.
will say this about Lume. I think they teamed up with that one advertising group, marketing group.
They have like a guerrilla
Is it
tactic.
the Harmon Brothers or whatever?
Yeah.
I think they have to have,
they have
jumped
a
in with
very
those guys.
particular style.
They have a very particular style, and it's catching.
It is.
Yes. You remember them.
It
Even
is.
if you are like annoyed by that style of marketing,
Yeah.
it doesn't
It's
matter.
there, yeah.
You will remember
They've
them.
got
Yep.
like music and dancing and those kind of
Specific
things.
colors and graphics
Yeah.
they use.
Then
yeah.
YouTube has a lot of the creator talking
Yep.
Right.
about her backstory and that kind of stuff. So we're gonna, I
Yes.
guess, because we're talking about Lume, let's start with
Well,
Lume.
yeah, let's
then.
just jump in with Lume.
let's go with
Yeah.
Lume. I tried the vanilla scent.
Well, do you want to jump in first and talk about how this all got started?
That's true.
You know,
Let's talk about it.
Give a little backstory.
Yeah, a little
Fine,
bit of
I'll let you guys hear the backstory.
Okay,
Here we
okay.
go.
The buzzkill over
I
here.
did say that we were getting to the pitty gritty.
That's
Yeah,
true.
well, let's jump right in then with
Get in those pits.
Shannon Klingman. I believe she's a doctor. She says she was doing her residency for
Yes,
to
I
be
believe she's an OB.
an OB/GYN. And she
That's a baby doctor, if you didn't know.
There you go.
for the ladies.
For the ladies.
And she kept noticing that a lot of ladies were getting diagnosed with something called bacterial vaginosis, BV, and they were being put on antibiotics and being told all this stuff. And what actually ended up happening was they were being misdiagnosed.
Well, and I agree with this because all the ladies out there, there are a lot of products that are geared towards scent of a
Yes.
woman.
Uh-huh.
Once again, kind of like people thinking that people are dirty because they sweat, that
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
stereotyping and that,
yes.
negative connotation. The same thing goes for women smelling sweaty.
Yes.
And so this is what she was trying to tackle because these women were
yes.
like going on antibiotics and all sorts of stuff they didn't need.
They didn't need it.
And a
Just-
lot of products that are out there now for this specific reason do have synthetic fragrances and things in there. So I'm sure there's
And
not a lot on the market
You're
that
using it
actually
in
is
areas
natural.
that shouldn't.
Yes.
That stuff shouldn't.
That need to
false
have
fragrances
sensitive-
shouldn't be
yeah.
in there.
This is a
Agreed.
totally different topic, ladies, but quickly, just so you know, just
Well, let's go there.
cover your ears, children. The vagina has a pH balance that it needs to have in order to fight off bacteria.
Correct.
Yeah.
You should not be micking with
No.
that pH balance.
When you put certain substances in there to change the
The
pH balance scent of those areas, and you put other things in there that can agitate that, it is skin. It absorbs. It does, and so you mess with that, and,
and
you
it's
are at
highly
risk,
absorbent.
Yes.
and you are at greater risk for bladder infections and other
Yeast infections
children
and
might
all
be
kinds of
listening. So
things. Yeah.
other infections
Right.
and those kind of things. It's
Right.
not. It ain't worth it.
No.
It is
It
not
is
worth
not
it.
worth it, ladies.
But this, so Lume, one of the things she wanted to get
Right.
to was this kind of smell that women are worried about.
Right.
And that most of the time it's not internal, it's external.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. So what she was saying was, these women are going on antibiotics. They don't even need it.
Right.
They're worried about scent, which honestly, like you said, like Mike was saying, this is a cultural issue.
Right.
Yes.
Not really. There's nothing, ladies. It is perfectly natural for you to smell.
Exactly.
Okay? There's
It is.
nothing wrong with
Right.
it. But I get it. We live in a culture where it's not very, acceptable.
It's a little taboo.
So maybe you want something like this to
right.
help out.
Right.
And so she started not trying to necessarily make a deodorant. She was trying to make a, I guess, deodorant that could go in other places.
Everywhere, yep.
Yeah. Other than
than
your armpits.
Now she also calls it a pre-deodorant.
Right.
And
So
not,
exactly. So she calls it actually a pre-odorant not a deodorant.
Yeah.
And so her goal, sort of like how we talked about in the last podcast, Pitlooker says,
Yes.
hey, our goal is actually not just to help you cover up stink.
Just to eliminate it to begin
eliminate
with.
the
Yeah.
bacteria that starts the
causes
stink.
it.
Right.
So
if you kill that off, then there's no
There
way for
won't
it to
be that
stink.
kind of odor there.
Right, because
Yeah.
they're not eating anything and they're not
precisely
getting off us. And
So I think that's what Dr. Klingman was trying to do here. So she says that on their website, she's got a whole, interesting behind the scenes about, background story. And she says it took her 10 years of research. Of course, she made it in her kitchen. I think everyone made it in their kitchen first.
Who doesn't?
Right.
Get in your kitchens. You might
prototype something.
Prototypes. You might become a
Send
millionaire.
it to us. We'll give it a try.
Exactly.
Yep.
So her big thing, of course, was she did not want to use aluminum.
Amen.
And she, very interestingly, we found out through her little about section that aluminum was first used in a antiperspirant in 1903.
Just very interesting.
This has been a cultural
It's been
thing
an
going on
issue
for a 100
while.
years.
For a little
everybody.
while.
It's a century in the making.
I know it's so. Anyway, so she says that the product she came up with is vegan and cruelty free, of course.
Yeah.
It is free of aluminum, of course. It has no artificial fragrances, no baking soda, no parabens, no talc, no phthalates, and no sulfates.
Well, there you go.
So that's a lot of
Yes, free of a lot of
free of a lot of things.
Yes.
I got what was it, like a
sample pack.
A sample pack. Yeah, I got the sample pack.
It's a sample pack.
It had five fragrances in it. I think it
Yes,
was.
I believe
I've got
5.
3 of them sitting here on the table. I let these 2 over here have some as well. We tried them out. I wore Lume straight for 3 weeks for y'all. Okay.
I'm proud of you.
What a painful 3 weeks.
Proud of you.
I wore the vanilla kind, and I'm just going to get right into it.
It
has
Get
a
in.
funk, everybody. Now, here's the deal. We know people who love and
Yes.
swear by this stuff.
Yes.
They're like, no, you guys haven't tried Lume yet? You got to try Lume.
This could be a body chemistry thing. I'm not going to lie. I only tried it for 3 days before I walked away.
we are sisters, so we have similar genetics.
Yes.
I get that. So maybe this doesn't work with us. But there is a stinky feet smell to this that it just doesn't go away. Give me the.
I just wanted it to go away.
Guys,
I put it on and I was like, there was
this one's
funk.
Jasmine Rose.
I thought that it would go away after a few days, and it didn't. And so I just had to. I just couldn't.
Golly.
If you're just listening to the podcast, I'm sorry, but okay. So I've got this thing of Coconut Crush is what this one's called. Coconut's one of my favorite scents. And so if there is a deodorant that has coconut in it, it's usually one I go for first. I smell this, okay?
There's just
this
something.
This is what happens. The first thing you smell, it's a little bit of that tanning lotion from the 80s and 90s. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
In the brown
But
bottle,
there's
what was
something
that?
in the.
But then the after
It's the after scent.
it's the after
under.
scent.
I don't know
The
how to.
undertone.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to describe it. It is it's an earthy,
But it's got a funk
it's an
to
earthy
it that
funk.
I just
it's like
can't.
it's like a
I couldn't do it.
it's like a funky mushroom kind of smell.
It's
It's
very
more of like a
earthy.
fungus.
It's really and it has a
Oh man,
I'm
guys,
sorry.
I don't know.
It has a stinky, cheesy feet smell to it.
That's why I just.
It does.
That's why I just gave up. I did not
does.
try it anywhere else aside
Okay.
from my armpits.
Okay, listen. So I wear, if you don't know what Vibram 5 fingers are, they are like toe socks, but they're like shoes.
I'm actually wearing them right
absolutely,
now.
They're absolutely
I'm wearing them
disgusting.
right now. They
I
are
am
not
I
disgusting.
am the only one of the 3 that has any good sense.
She wears Crocs, so you have no right to talk.
and they're walking
There-
down the
there's no
Gucci,
shame
the
with
Gucci
Crocs.
catwalk.
Oh my word. But okay, so I wear those. Now I tend to get stinky feet in those because they're tight fitting or
they're
whatever.
disgusting.
Okay, so
Oh.
oh my word. Shut it. So I tried Lume on my feet. Okay.
Right.
How'd that
Pits
work out
and
for
feet.
ya?
Here's the deal.
Uh-huh.
Not only did I still have stinky feet, but I still now
It was compounded.
It was compounded because at
Yes.
first Carson literally, my husband goes, "What's that smell?" And I go, "I wore Vibram today." And he goes, "Oh, that didn't really
There's
work out." And I go,
something else.
"No. I'm wearing Lume on my
Oh,
feet."
my.
And he goes, "Oh, don't do that again." And I go, "Okay." And he goes, "Are you
No.
going to shower tonight?" And I go, "Yes." And he goes,
That's
"I'd
a bit
probably
harsh.
never
No,
do
here's
that."
the deal.
a little
So
harsh,
my
but
feet
okay.
stunk on top of it. And at first I thought the deodorant was working. As a deodorant, I thought it was working at first. I was like, oh, I only smell the Lume. So here's the deal at the end of the day. I didn't smell me at all. I only smelled the Lume, but the funk was just so funky.
That's
I can't
the
get
only
past
thing
it.
I
can't get past
smelled
the
was
funk.
just I couldn't either. I'm
There
sorry,
is-
y'all. I gave up after 3 days.
There's a funk.
Like I said, I wore this for almost an entire month. It says, like I said, the coconut, I'm always going to go for that one first. So I tried that for a few days. Okay. It says it has 72-hour odor control that you don't have to reapply. Okay. And it takes a little bit, if you're using it on private parts or feet, they say you only have to apply like 3 times a week or something like that. Okay. Because it's so effective.
Right.
Okay. That's what they say. So I thought maybe it's just because I was using this coconut flavor.
Right.
And the flavor needed to go. I needed to try something else. So I had given you guys the other one. So I had
You're
clean
like scent
tangerine.
roulette. We're gonna
right.
figure
Let's try this out. Let's do
Take your
this.
first spin.
So I also had jasmine rose and clean tangerine. And it doesn't matter what scent you have.
They all
the
have
funk
the funk.
is the underneath of every single.
It's like the aftertaste, after smell. That's what
It's
it
the
is.
after smell. I
it's
don't know
not
how to
good.
describe it, guys. And here's the deal. I really, really, really wanted to like this.
So did
because
I.
As did I.
It is so popular. The marketing is so popular. I thought
I think the idea is brilliant.
I do
It
too, and I
is.
actually think that the ingredient list is clean and it's nice. I
Yeah.
couldn't get over. I couldn't
that's
get
the thing,
over
too.
it.
because
We should talk about that.
don't they have a 1 rating on EWG?
Okay, so on
Yeah.
EWG, now guys, if you haven't listened to our other podcasts on this, we go into what EWG is, the Environmental Working Group. They deep dive into all the ingredients in a lot of different
a lot of different categories.
Well,
everything
they
from-
have their regular one. They dive into like cleaning products and things. The Skin Deep version is all about makeup,
Right.
Suntan.
toothpaste,
Body
deodorant.
products.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So the unscented Lume, which I guess would just smell like funk.
I guess. Don't do it.
There is no junk in that funk, but it is a
a funk.
Yeah. There's no junk in the funk, but it still smells like there's junk. So anyway, that one had a 1 rating, which is fantastic.
That's
great.
really good.
I mean,
It's great.
guys, when it comes to like giving you an actual like natural clean deodorant, this is
hits
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, they do have a money back guarantee. Am I correct on that?
They have a money back guarantee.
Okay, so if you get it and you don't like it, is I think it's worth a try.
Yes.
I think
Because
it is
the
too.
people, the few people that we know that love it. They use
love
it
it. And
everywhere,
I've
and
got
they
it.
And
I've
love
like
got
it.
you
a-
said, we
Yeah.
all share the same kind of, genetics, body chemistry.
Yes.
So
But
maybe
I'm
it's
just
just
telling
something
you,
with our makeup.
The
but
funk was enough that my husband wouldn't try it. He was like, "Oh, I'm not trying
Yeah.
that."
No, my husband would. No, my husband did try it.
Was it funky?
For a day? For 1 day only, and he did not.
One day
he also
only.
did not like it. He said he could not get past the funk. However, I'm wondering, guys, this is really hard for me.
It does not get my approval because here's the deal. It's been
Okay.
sitting in my drawer and I have refused to put it back on again. I mean,
Really?
even
yeah,
Okay.
same here.
I even ran out. Like I've gone on a trip recently and I packed my other deodorants and that was sitting there and I was like, I went and unpacked my other suitcase so I didn't have to wear it.
Oh man!
I mean, and here's the deal. I really wanted to like it.
I know.
It does
I
not
did
work
too,
with my
but I just
chemistry.
couldn't.
I had the funk.
I
just
feel like
can't.
I have a very good friend, one of my best friends. She loves this deodorant, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so and she uses it everywhere, and she told me that even during like workouts, she'll put it in, down
Everywhere,
yonders
yeah.
and on the feet, and she loves it. So
I think because of the money back guarantee, it's worth a try. It's
Sure.
not-
Yes, definitely.
we always tell you that we these are not sponsored. We purchased these ourselves. Manny said she bought it. We purchased them ourselves. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I will not wear this again, and you really
No,
can't make me
I
wear
won't
it again.
either.
You can't make me wear it. But
I
but
give it a try.
I do think for a clean deodorant, if you don't mind a liquid, a cream, putting it on by hand, and you're experimental and you want to give it a try, I think the unscented for a level 1 is worth the try. And if you don't like it, get your money back guarantee.
And something
yeah.
something else just to keep in mind, kind of off topic but not really, because these are cream, they come in just like a tube. So
Right.
for me personally, because I have some physical
Differently abledness?
right now, just keep that in mind. If you do have any kind of limb difference or anything, just be aware that you're going to be squirting it under your hand. Put it under each armpit wherever you're going with it.
Right.
Just keep
Right.
that in mind. That is a little bit of a difficult, because like if I have a stick deodorant, it's a little easier for me to just kind of do
Yeah,
it
back and
one-handed. But
forth.
if you're using the cream, just keep that in mind for anyone out there.
It's
that,
like a lotion.
Yes, it is like a lotion.
Yeah, it
So
is
just,
very
just
much like
keep
a
that
lotion.
in mind. It's not terribly difficult, but it is a little bit different than a stick
Right,
or
right.
some kind of roll-on. So just keep that in mind.
So Winnie,
But,
does it get your approval?
No, I love the, like I said, I think it's worth a try with the unscented because it does have like a 1 rating. And I think that's great. For me personally, I couldn't get over the funk. I did it for 3 days and that was
Mandy is
tough.
deliberating. She has no idea whether or not it's going to get her approval.
I don't know. No, that's the funny thing too. You guys probably think that we come in here and we know exactly what we're going to say and exactly what we're going to do. And we don't always know. And I really don't know. I think I would
give it a half.
No, here's the deal. I think I'm going to give it my approval. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to give it my approval
Okay.
because I think if I were going to go out on a jog, okay, I'm not going to, I mean, you're going out, you're going to stink at the end of that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that I would just not worry about that funk, because maybe it's killing some bacteria stuff. So I'd be willing to maybe put this, maybe not so much under my armpits, but knowing that I could use it in other areas. Okay.
Okay.
So I might put it on my feet and I might do, the lady bits. So,
Yes.
I think I'm going to give it my approval rating. I mean, we still have to talk about type A, and I don't know if it's going to win the battle for me, but my approval, I'm going to give my curator approval.
And the other thing I'm going to say, like I told you, if you want to be brave and try it, give it a go, there's always a money back guarantee. You can always try it. Get a sample pack and try it.
Yeah.
The other thing is women, when you're wearing stuff to keep your ladies in place, you
That
can
could
also put it, I'm just going to call it's boob sweat. Okay. You can put it
what
there
it
too.
is.
You can put it there too. So if,
we're here to be honest with you.
Yeah. So if you get sweaty there, I mean, remember, it can be used anywhere on the body, which I do like. That it can be used anywhere.
I do too.
I'm being completely honest where I'd never use it again. And that's okay. So
you're going to give it your approval? I mean, I'm not asking if you think it's better than this other one. I'm saying, are you?
No, I said no. It's
Okay.
it's
Yeah, it
not.
doesn't
So
get my
it's
approval.
one curator approved by you, which is fine. This is the honest truth.
Unpopular opinion.
I
It's
usually
all
have
right.
the unpopular opinion, so I'm glad it's not me
okay.
this time.
Okay.
So Lume gets a 1 out of 3, which is okay.
Yeah.
Everybody, we did say give it a go yourself if you want to try it. We do think that the actual base of it is really good, and I think it's worth a try.
Yeah.
It's just that it didn't work for us,
No.
and Mandy's giving it some leeway. And she's being honest. So the second one is type A, and I didn't know as much about this. Mandy's the one who kind of brought this to the table, and we talked about this. I do like the applicator on this.
Yeah.
It's got like a little like rounded top, and then you squirt
With
it
little
up
slits.
like little slits, and so you don't have to use your hands. That's another thing I liked about it, is like technically you just like roll it on.
Okay, so it's a cream like Lume, but you don't have to use your fingers. I mean, you could use your fingers.
I
just squirted some out and used
really
it with my hand, but it does smell nice.
This one is white floral linen, the Dreamer white floral linen, and it smells really nice. It smells clean.
Yeah.
Kind of has a lotiony smell to it.
Yeah.
Like that's
it's
what
a little
it
bit floral.
reminds me
It
of.
kind of reminds me of lilacs.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's more like a lilac smell.
It doesn't say that, but it reminds me of it.
Yeah. And here's the deal. When you put it on, it smells really nice.
Yes,
like,
agreed.
I didn't find that it really soured all that much, because we always been talking about we kind of make things smell sour.
It was a little like soggy when I first put it on, like
It's a little
bit wet.
soggy.
But
You kinda
I
gotta
think
do
if you kind of have to do the chicken wing
chicken
dance
wing.
a little bit, but
I do that with a
overall,
few of these.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
overall, the kind of like wet stickiness went
And the
away.
other thing is, it's not an antiperspirant, so it's not meant to go in and plug up your ducts.
No.
It's supposed to sit topically.
and so overall, when you first put it on, it just is a little bit wet, but
and that's
that
why
goes
some
away.
of them are so wet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
overall, I mean,
but
I
I
do
like it a lot.
The consistency is nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
agree
it
with
is
that.
nice.
It does
Yes.
go on smooth. It's got a lotiony feel to it. Compared to Lume, it was to me smoother than Lume.
Yes, I would agree
Lume
with
felt
that.
more like a, not talky, but like a,
Like an
more like a
exfoliator?
textured.
Really?
No, it had more like a, like almost like talc to me. Like I could feel it on my skin. The type A to me felt more like a
just
lotion.
there is no talc in Lume.
There is not. There is not. I'm just saying it felt like that. Like almost when you
Gritty, you mean?
No, I'm talking like more like I could feel the texture. Like a lotion feels silky, and this almost gave me grip. Like the so type A to me was more of like a lotiony feel, and that a little bit about type A. They go into sweating the small stuff. So that's kind of like their big thing, is like less is more with our power packed ingredients with purpose. Okay. So they are aluminum free. They call it safe ingredients. And this is the one thing about type A I'm kind of like, I'm on the fence about, because they say we like to keep it 100. We are proud that our products only use the best, safest ingredients. We wouldn't give you anything less than perfect. Okay, I'm going to get into this in just a second about what they mean by that. They are cruelty free. Their business is carbon neutral, and they are a certified B Corporation. Those are good if you are worried about like
Environmental
ethical
impact,
stuff with so they on the backside of their business they do stuff like that. They call it a in their facts and questions section, they say, is type A natural deodorant? And this is their explanation, which I don't know about this. Type A has been developed to be 100% safe and non-toxic deodorant. We are not an all-natural deodorant. While we have some amazing high-performance natural active ingredients, we embrace clean ingredients that may be all-natural, naturally derived, or synthetically manufactured. No matter what the origin, all ingredients are thoroughly screened for safety before we even consider using them. By putting ingredient safety first above natural, it opens up more possibilities for advanced formulation technologies that result in better performance. What do we think about that? Does it feel like they're trying to sell you on something?
I feel okay. So here's the deal. We have other podcasts coming up where we're going to talk about clean fragrances and clean sunscreens and things.
Right.
And there's a couple companies that I have high esteem for, okay? And they have made it very clear that they are going to use what they consider to be safe chemicals. And you can get on EWG and you can vet these things. And even EWG says, from the limited amount of data we have right now, it does seem that these chemicals are somewhat safe.
Yeah.
Not every chemical is going to like burn your skin off and give you cancer, okay?
Right.
However,
and some things do have to be not necessarily synthesized, but processed in order to get that out to use it.
Right. So I know where they're coming from. It does kind of feel like they're trying to sell me a vacuum cleaner a little bit.
Yes.
You know, but I see where they're coming from. They're trying to, and again, they're not clogging your pores with aluminum. So what they're saying is we had to use some other synthetics to have this, what do they call it? Sweat technology?
They call it sweat. So here's another thing. How is type A different from other non-toxic deodorants? They're like, oh, we're glad you asked. So their biggest difference is their patented sweat activated formula.
That's what it is.
Each and every time you sweat, type A's odor fighters and natural active ingredients spring into action. This helps create a time release effect for long lasting protection. They talk about the tube, that it's the easiest way to put it on. I will agree for the cream deodorants like that come in a tube, it is super clean. You don't have to get it on your fingertips. As a person who wears contacts, I don't having to time when I put things on and make sure I didn't put it on first and then get it in my eye.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I see that. I totally see that.
They claim that it's simply the easiest, cleanest, and most fun way to swipe on our deodorant cream. And they say that it won't irritate your skin like other natural deodorants made with baking soda. But then it says, what exactly is sweat activated technology and how does it work? So they say type A is a glycerin-based formula. When glycerin comes into contact with moisture, it sucks it up like a sponge. Plus, glycerin helps your skin stay soft and smooth. Suspended in the glycerin is a complex of ingredients. And it says zinc, arrowroot powder, silver, low levels of baking soda, and more that prevent odor to keep you feeling fresh. So they just said they don't use baking soda, but then they reference they use low levels of it. So I'm a little confused there.
Yeah.
So these active ingredients are released little by little each time you sweat, mimicking a time release effect. They do say that it works like an invisible shield, that, you know, it doesn't show up in your clothing. That is true. It does completely go in, clean and without,
it doesn't stain.
I didn't say that about Lume either. I didn't notice any stains from Lume.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
I didn't
neither of these left stains on the clothing.
Correct. Okay, and then the last thing is, what does naturally derived, quote unquote, mean? This is their definition from their website. This means that the ingredient is of natural origin and has gone through a synthetic process for it to exist in its current form. There are several reasons for using naturally derived ingredients. Sometimes ingredients in their natural state aren't shelf stable. Other times the natural ingredient needs to be processed in order for it to become more potent. Whenever possible, we utilize natural ingredients, but first and foremost, we choose safe ingredients that maximize performance. So right there, they're telling you, and they are gluten-free and soy-free. And they literally say, if you have any other allergies that you're concerned about, please contact them and they will get back with you and answer your questions. I do like that. But I don't know how I feel about them. And this is just honestly, I don't know how I feel about them saying, well, we're not really worried about being natural. We're worried about it being more effective. And as long as it's safe and effective.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, because and this is not their fault. Okay?
Right.
This is not their fault. But when I first found them, I discovered them at Target, a big box store.
Yep.
And they were on an end cap with other natural deodorants, like Schmidt's, which was in our round one.
Yep. And I do
and
like
I believe Native. They were all on an end cap together,
Right.
And they were all three being touted as natural deodorants. Now we have not. Native did not make our bracket this time, but guys, next year we are working already. Right now we're working on next year's bracket, and it's going to be huge. Okay,
it is going to be huge.
It's going to be huge, and we're going to start early. So guys.
I know what you're thinking, Whitney.
But anyway, I'm just saying,
Prom.
guys.
Okay.
So it's very deceiving. Okay,
It is.
to a person who's just like, okay, all I know is they told me no aluminum. So okay, oh, this says all natural. All right, you think you're making the right choice. This is
Right.
why the branding and marketing guys, like we told you in that if you've not watched that podcast, go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
Because we talk all about how even in the natural world, they're going to use things to
They're
manipulate.
gonna use language.
It's easy to slap a natural ingredient label on something. I'm not saying about them. I think it's some of the wording's a little confusing with things that I've read now from their site. I'm kind of confused.
Now,
but
Type A, as much as I felt like in one paragraph they were selling me a vacuum cleaner, in another way they're being honest about it.
They are.
They're not saying, oh,
They're
well,
not
these are
hiding
natural.
it. Right.
They're saying, well, here's the deal. We want it to be a high performance deodorant, and so if we have to sacrifice a little bit of like natural versus naturally derived, we're going to go with naturally derived. So the question is, how did we like it? I mean, that's the backstory on it.
So
they're telling you, contact us. We will tell you all about it. They'll answer your questions.
Right.
What do
Okay.
you think?
Okay. At the end of the day, I mean, I was not disappointed with the performance.
So does that mean that it gets your approval or does it not get your approval?
Well, if I would never go back and buy this again, knowing what I know now. Okay.
Right.
So, but the problem is we're kind of we're almost at a stalemate here.
Yeah.
But we have to, for the sake of the bracket, for you guys out there, we have to have winners. We have to have choices. So I'm not putting them up against each other yet. Just saying I was not disappointed with the outcome. So I suppose, yes, I will give it a half of my approval because the other side of me, I'm not super loving, the synthetic, all that kind of stuff. I will say the unscented type A on EWG, I think had like a type 1.
I had like a 1.
I had a 1 rating.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like they could, for me, there's so many other options out there that don't have to use synthetic.
Yeah.
That for me, will I go back and ever purchase this again for my own self? Not for a review.
Probably not.
No, I probably will not. So I'm going to give it a half because I didn't hate it.
Okay.
I mean, it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
And maybe if this is your first time ever going out into the foray, you're like, you've always used
That's what I was going to say. This is definitely better
than that.
than going and getting other stuff off.
Or getting an actual antiperspirant.
So then what's your vote, Whitney?
I think I can only give it a half as well. I think I like the sentiment. I think it worked really well. Obviously, like I said, it was a little bit like wet when I first put it on, but I sweat with it, but I don't think I didn't smell bad, and I thought it held up well. I didn't have to like get more to apply, but now that I have read more about it, the wording just I don't think they're trying to be sneaky because they're very open about it. It's just very like I get a little bit when people tell me it's natural and they're like, okay, but it's actually just quote unquote naturally derived. I'm like, there are other options, like Mandy was saying, there are other options that I can get that don't have a synthetic fragrance.
Yeah.
So
what about you?
So I am giving it my approval, and here's the reasons why. They're being honest.
Very
now, I do
true.
feel like in one thing they're like, we don't use baking soda, and they're like, oh, low
We
levels.
use
Okay,
baking soda,
but
yeah.
but look, if you are allergic to baking soda and that gives you an issue, just make sure you buy one that doesn't have baking soda in it.
Yeah.
I'm giving it my approval only because of this. If you use the unscented, it is a level 1, which is super clean.
Yes.
And if you are going to make the jump from non-clean deodorants to a cleaner deodorant, I think between these two,
Yes.
I like that one. And I liked the smell. The smell was like really pretty and I could smell it, but it wasn't like, oh, look, I put scent under
Wasn't
my
overly-
armpits.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're going to go ahead and jump in.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, so I'm giving my approval to type A. But
Okay.
here's the deal. Ding ding, round over, because I didn't give Lume my approval and I did give type A my approval. So in my arena, type A has just won.
Okay. Well,
for my winner.
For you, yes. Okay, so
For my winner. So my winner is type A.
Okay.
I suggest to you make sure you read the ingredients. And if you have any questions, you call that company and you, I never got the funk. There is no funk with type
Agreed.
A. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Whitney, so I'm assuming you're going with type A.
I have to go with type A to win because Lume is just too funky for me. I'm not that funky.
Guys,
And another
here's
one
the
bites
deal.
the dust.
These have a funk. They do. But I think I'm gonna actually give my round to Lume. Yeah,
You are?
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to Lume.
Okay.
Hey,
Because I think I would probably use that again. Like I said, if I were working out, I would use
Using
that on
other places.
Other places, not my
Now-
underarms, but
Type A does not try to sell that as a full body deodorant.
it does not. And
Lume,
we
Lume
cannot
is
tell you
definitely
that's safe.
cute.
Right.
Okay, and I've told you guys all this. Like, try it. Lume talks all about
Yeah.
how they have a money back guarantee. Give it a go.
It's worth a try.
I would not wear that again. I would
Yes.
wear Type A again.
Yeah, same here.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I would probably not wear either again necessarily.
Mhm.
I certainly will not wear Type A again. I might wear Lume again. If
So-
I'm working
so it should
out.
win.
So yeah,
So-
but it's still
but
not
at-
going to win because it's majority rules here.
Yep.
So
and we are
right.
3 of us. So ding ding,
Right.
our winner is officially Type A.
Type A.
Yep.
Like Mandy said, boom, it's down. They went into the pits and they came out. Type A. There you go.
There you go.
Okay, so Type A, you said you can get that at Target.
Yep, you can get it at Target.
And stores like that. Like
Probably
it's-
other big box stores as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. So
for sure,
I
yeah.
also do like that it's a little bit more readily available. And I'm sure Lume will probably end up being that way, or it
Yes.
might be in our area. It's not. You have to order it in, and you know how I dislike having to order everything in.
No,
It's a
I know.
thing.
It's
a thing of mine.
annoying after a while.
It's annoying
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
But, clean deodorant is clean deodorant. And if you can get it there, then I think it's, worth it to get it. So
Well, I can't believe round 3 is already done.
round 3's
we
done.
only got
everybody.
one more.
One
Right.
more,
round.
everybody. One more round. And then
Then we have to. Then there'll be an
then we'll
official
declare an
winner.
official winner.
Yep.
And we're going to release that as a bonus listen, just so you
Yeah.
guys know. So at the end of our 4th week, like probably midweek or the end of the week, we're going to release a
We'll
bonus.
announce the
a bonus
winner.
listen and announce our
The
winner.
overall
Woo!
winner.
That's
Yeah.
what we'll do.
Yep.
Okay, well, we always tell you thank you for tuning in and listening to us. We love to share what we find out with you guys and everything we test. We want you to live cleaner lives and feel empowered to do it. So, like we always leave you with,
Be healthy.
Be well.
and God bless you.
If you like listening to this podcast, stop by curatedclean.com, where you'll find links to all the different ways you can tune in each week, along with details from each episode. While you're there, sign up for our newsletter for further information on each topic we cover. For video versions of each episode, check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, where you can find glimpses of all things behind the scenes.